that time of the year again, and spring sports are in full effect. Teams are more anxious than ever. We spoke to 2 of the 3 boys volleyball team captains, Miguel O'Connor and Devin and Theope, which are ecstatic for the upcoming season. We also talked to boys baseball captain Anthony Maldonado, who had a lot to say about the 2015 season. As captain, what are your goals for this season?
For this season, as captain, I'm going to, practice my team and stuff, be a leader to them, try to win as much games as we can, and try to go all the way, maybe go to states, hopefully,
How do you think the team is going to do this season?
I think we're going to do really good, especially that we moved up a division. We're going to be playing better teams now, so I think we're going to be good. We got a decent team now. We've been practicing good and stuff like that.
How you think the career will be?
The career is going to go very good.
How often do you guys practice?
But we practice like every time we got the gym. But now that it's their season, we got the gym like every other day.
How do practices go for you guys?
Practice goes very well for us. We practice on passing, hitting, and serving. We also talk on communication, which is a big part of the team.
And what is your rank of state?
You make sure your teammates, they're top notch in the team. You make sure they train hard and they're not slack. So what's it like working out in the team? You guys have hard workouts?
It's pretty hard. I wouldn't say it's easy. There's a lot of plays, a lot of talent.
It was nice to interview you. Till next time. You guys on video?
Breaking news. The park is now taking place for 9th and 10th grade students in Northeast East Street. This issue has become very overwhelming on the behalf of juniors, making it difficult for them to graduate since it is taking over the place of the test book. With this happening, it's been a very long and stressful year for the juniors, especially since they don't know what to expect on this assessment. Parents are even getting involved, and some are even not agreeing to letting their child take this assessment. This assessment has put a very heavy weight on the shoulders of these young adults. Some kids are even protesting against the park test, saying things like, less testing, more learning, #NoPark. Students are saying the test should not be held against them. It should be used as an experiment instead, to see how well they can do and how difficult the test may be. Some are even thinking about opting out. Teachers couldn't even help students pass due to not knowing what was going to be on the actual test. Since it is a brand new test, teachers do not know the curriculum. The question is, should the park be a graduation requirement?
It shouldn't. Today we're going to ask you about the park. What are your feelings on the park?
I personally think taking the park is unfair. As an overall class, junior class specifically, I think we're unready for it. I think the passing will, the students who pass the test will be about 10%. The rest will probably fail.
Do you guys think it should be a graduation requirement, and why?
I don't think it should be a graduation requirement. For one, we didn't get enough information, so the teachers they don't really know how to prepare for the test correctly. So I just don't think they should hold that against us. On the other aspects test and other previous tests, they already know what to do with it. So the teacher can't really teach us for the test.
And you said?
I think that having the park test as a graduation requirement is absurd. Taking the park test now as a graduation requirement is wrong because they still haven't set up a rating scale for the park. So they're just regular lab rats and they're just testing something out of us. We don't know the effect it can have on us, and most of the time it'll be in a bad way.
And you said, what are your feelings on the park?
I think it's a good and bad thing. The good thing is if we do take the test, we get funding for the school, and then the bad thing is nobody's really going to pass because we didn't prepare ourselves correctly for it. They didn't give us enough time for it.
What are your feelings about the park?
I
pay attention to class, you do your homework, do your classwork, you're gonna pass the test.
How do you feel you did during the
I think I did pretty good. Because I pay attention to class, I do my homework, and I do my classwork.
Okay, thank you.
We have a couple questions for the park.
Okay.
What are your feelings on the park?
I think the park is a good test. I think it asks kids to think critically about different texts. Something that old tests don't do.
Do you think it should be a graduation requirement for this year?
For this year, no, because it's the first year, but maybe in the future, yes.
Are you ready for a night of fantasies? North 13th Street is having their second annual fashion show on Friday, May 15th. This will be taking place in the very new North 13th Street High School. There is about 6 teams and more than 40 models. There are big surprises, and let's not forget the big buy-in. Come out and support the Business Academy and the
Being the new head coach of Sable High School, Beacon was a former captain for Sable High School and has returned as the Honor Master as a successor to head coach George McGee, who was fired after the incident was released. Beacon was hired out of 45 applicants for the job as a head coach on Tuesday, he was also hired to teach health and physical education at Sable High School. I believe it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me, which is the reason I consider it being Beacon said he will not be changing his schedule that much because he is a man of change. A 1997 graduate, Beacon previously taught health and physical education in high school, where he also served as the defensive coordinator in football at Virginia and as a head coach in wrestling. To his $12,051 coaching stipend, Beacon will receive $5,570 to serve as the high school firm and conditioning coach, also effective immediately.